Welcome to New Gameplay today. I am Kyle Hilliard here with Wes LeBlanc
Hello from France.
from France. Not really, though. I mean, you're...
No, I wish. I've actually never been to France, but I want to.
Yeah, so this is... Oh, man. I'm sort of, like, stressed out because I'm, like, playing the game. It's competitive. Crash Team Rumble is the name of this game, right? Wes,
Yeah.
please help me.
You got
Okay,
it. You did it.
Okay. And it's interesting. It is a online multiplayer Crash Bandicoot game, which
Everything I've wanted from Crash all these years.
that's kind of the joke that we're making, right? Because it's like I don't know that a lot of people were demanding something like this necessarily, but it's it's a weird thing. Let me explain it a little bit and what I'm doing here. So what you're doing is you're kind of playing on your own, right? Like you can get into fights with everybody and you can do damage to them. Those guys are fighting there in the middle. But mostly what you're doing is you're trying to collect Wumpa fruit and then deliver it. Okay, so let's see. Like, is this guy going to fight me? Okay, so I just delivered like 120 Wumpa fruit to my team. So we're actually doing pretty good. And that's kind of the core game, like in a good way, in a positive way. I would say that there's not more to it than that, really. It comes down to like everything else you're doing in between it. Like along with picking up all the Wumpa fruit, which I'm doing by breaking these boxes, there's also those keys that I'm collecting. I have 8 of them right now, and those can be used to do like special abilities and attacks and things like that. Like, let me see. Oh, this guy's trying. See, my strategy has been to just not engage with anybody, which is not a bad strategy. It's not a bad way to play, and it's still fun. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. But like Crash Bandicoot is just not a game whose combat I've ever been really excited about. It's more exciting to just run around and jump on stuff, you know. So I used that launch pad because I felt like I was kind of in a position of maybe danger. There's a lot of fighting happening over there by my base, and I don't want to get into it, but it looks like someone summoned a big beast there. Maybe it's safe to go now. So I want to deliver my Wumpa fruit here.
Like, does this feel like Crash Bandicoot? Not like in the gameplay systems, but like controlling him.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good at least. Yeah, that's good.
I mean, gosh, Crash is so funny because it's kind of a 2D game. Like, when it came out, it was like, it felt like this 3D revolution, right? Because you were sort of running down a 3D hallway. But ultimately, like if you go play it now, it feels more like a 2D platformer with like a wider hallway.
It's not 3D like what Super Mario 64 did for that franchise.
Like Super Mario 64, as fun as Crash is, like Super Mario 64 was the true 3D platformer revolution.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a controversial statement. So it is a little, and Crash has, existed in big open area games like this before. It's not like he's always in a hallway. So it in some ways it kind of doesn't feel like Crash, but yeah, but the jumping, the spinning, I'm doing like you can do the thing where you dash along the ground. I don't even know what's happening here. I've never seen this. Someone on my team must have given me this like invincibility.
Yeah, they started the Rapture, I think.
Yeah, which I'm happy about. We're kicking butt. This is a great match to show where like blue team is like destroying. I to the point where I'm like, is red team like, do they know what it's like? Is red team just picking fights with everybody, not quite understanding what the game is supposed to be? You're supposed to be collecting fruit, guys, not fighting each other. Come on.
Do you have your own goal, or is there one singular goal?
Singular goal. It's my team. Like the main thing, we just want to deliver Wumpa fruit, and we're doing.
Oh, sorry, I meant good. Like where you're dropping yours off. Yours is separate from the enemies.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so this is our base right here, and the red one's over there. And then I can actually. There we go. Boom! Look at that.
Dang, easy peasy. So this is kind of. I originally went into this thinking. I mean, it is kind of MOBA-like. But it feels less like a League of Legends Dota 2 realm of MOBAs and more like Pokemon Unite. And I'm thinking Pokemon Unite's kind of one of the inspirations for this because this is what Pokemon Unite is.
Right. Okay, I have not played Pokemon Unite.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not like as 3D as this, and it is different because it's Pokemon and blah, blah, blah. But like Pokemon is go collect these things, bring it back to your goal, don't die and lose them. And that seems to be what this is. Whereas I played League of Legends once and it was not good. People were very mean. But Dota 2, I played for a good bit, and I feel like that was more based on more about combat instead of scoring. like a goal.
Okay. And
sorry in the comments if I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll try to pop into maybe one more match here. I don't even know if we'll finish it out because one thing that you and I sort of talked about before we were even start recording is like, so I'm playing this game and it plays well, and you know it's like it's a weird multiplayer thing, but it's that question of like, is this something people have been demanding, like a Crash Bandicoot online multiplayer game? Which maybe they have, because there's like the Crash party games and the Crash racing games, and like I'm always encouraging of developers to try interesting things with their franchises, but this is one that I'm just like, was there like a big demand for this?
I'm really not sure. This isn't so the Crash Team Racing. I actually really love Crash Team Racing. It's a different enough take on like that Mario Kart formula that really works for me. And like, kart races are pretty standard. Like you hop in, you race, you have a good time. Party games, kind of the same way. This genre is not something that like I think people just want to hop into and try. Like it's not a very popular genre, and I don't know if throwing Crash Bandicoot's name on it will attract people to come do this. It's so interesting. I would love to know how Toys for Bob, because they also did Crash 4, It's About Time, which was great.
Yeah, I love About Time. That was fantastic.
Yeah. Like, how did they come to this as the next game in the Crash franchise?
Yeah, and to be clear, we're not even saying it shouldn't be this. Like, we're not.
No, yeah,
I'm not being some like super negative guy or anything. It's just a one that even as I play and it plays well. I just raise a little bit of an eyebrow. I'm like, okay, I mean, this sure. Yeah. What else are we doing with Crash? I don't know.
I mean, I mentioned Pokemon Unite earlier. Like when I heard about that, I was like, why? I mean, that's not why are we doing this with Pokemon? And then Pokemon Unite's a hit. Like people really like that game, and this could be that. It is just an interesting question. Like, how did this come about? And especially because I think people just want more Crash, like more platforming games.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know how About Time did. Here, I'm gonna do a pro move right here, Wes. I have the flower ability. I'm setting it up on their base, so now they gotta fight that flower if they want to deliver some Wumpa fruit.
Pro move. Send this guy to the Wumpa Leagues or whatever. Right. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Wumpa Leagues.
Oh, I'm full. I didn't even realize. Oh, another sort of mechanic I didn't mention is these. Let's see. These platforms here, which are currently grayed out?
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, you can sort of jump on them, and you color them in with your team. Uh-oh, see, that guy thinks I'm trying to fight him. No, dude, we're friends. And when you do that, you get a bonus for your Wumpa delivery. So someone activated them. They've since deactivated. They're only available like at certain times in the match. And the idea, it's like a little platforming challenge where it's like, oh, you want to try to get on top of all these so that you guys get extra Wumpa fruit delivery. So one strategy that you do is like right when the match. Oh, see, the red team currently has it activated. One strategy right at the beginning is to just head straight to that.
Yeah.
And try to get that going. Now,
so you mentioned someone's activating it. Is there like roles in this game, or like
there are? Yeah.
Okay.
So like Crash, I haven't played enough to really unlock a bunch of different characters. I unlocked the what's that called? Volleyball? No, beach ball there, which lets you move faster and break boxes quicker. So I've only been playing as Crash, who's just sort of like, the middle ground. See, I want to get away from this guy. Even though I have fruit to deliver, I don't want to fight him. Crash is kind of the middle ground guy of, right, you just deliver Wumpa fruit. But the other characters are maybe a little more protective. There are some that can, like, give health back to people and stuff like that. But you kind of need to play them for a bit to unlock them. Like, we're seeing them in the game, but I haven't found any of them myself.
Like, is that Dingodile? Or
I believe so, yeah. And there are characters who appeared only in About Time, which is fun. That they're like cool. Canonical characters. Like, this is the future of Crash, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, so I imagine like the Dingodile, I mean, he's like a big, and he's attacking a lot of people. I imagine he's kind of like the tank of their team. Yeah. And then you're fast enough where if he's chasing you can kind of just run away, and he's got no shot catching up. Yeah.
How are we doing here? I think we're gonna win again. Look at that, Wes.
Nice. This is not free to play, right?
I don't think so. I actually don't know off the top of my head. That is a detail. Maybe I I will put that into the description of this video. I will look it up. But that is that is what Crash Team Rumble. The name
it's a $30 game.
It is. Okay, thank you for looking that up, Wes.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Crash Team Rumble. That's 2 matches that actually went pretty well. It made me look like I'm pretty good at Crash Team Rumble. But it plays well. And it's the sort of core idea of like just collect Wumpa Fruit. That's your goal. Like that's simple enough to sort of engage with and understand. Like I kind of like the simplicity of it. But yeah, we'll see. I'm curious if this is what Crash players want. And maybe it is. Maybe I'm not a Crash player.
Crash, I'm a pretty big Crash fan, and like Crash fans, we can be a little bit of sickos. So like it might be a case where you throw Crash's name on here and you let me play as his friends and enemies, like, and boom, I'm in.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm excited to see like where this fares, and it's coming out soon in June. So
yeah, not too far off.
Yeah, we'll find out soon. June's not a very busy month, so that's good.
Look at this! I unlocked new Crash music from Crash.
That's actually cool. That's cool. I like seeing that cover art there.
Yeah, that's fun. So yeah, it looks like there's a lot of stuff like that, like Crash, Easter eggs, I guess you could call them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, Crash Team Rumble. Wes, thanks for checking it out with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for showing me this game.